Hello and welcome back. I have another first-time guest here. I have Dr. Linnda Durré all the way from sunny Florida. I'm not. I have a wallpaper background to make her feel comfy in Florida. But she is joining in for the first time, and Linda has a very unique, amazing history. But before we get started, Linda, how are things in Florida?
Humid, hot, oh, and humid, oh, and hot.
Sounds like here in Ohio it's the same thing. Probably not as hot as Florida. All
We
right.
got up to 96 one day, and another day we got up to 98.
Okay, I think here it's going to hit 93, so we're not too far behind.
But with
So
the humidity, it feels like it's 120.
I remember, I
Yes.
remember.
You lived
Okay,
here. You know what it's like.
you live where I used to live in Orlando. Well, it's Winter Park
Winter Park.
specifically. Okay, so Linda is spelled with two N's, by the way, just in case you get, and I'll have all the links below in the show notes for later on. So Linda has a unique history. So Linda, let me mute my mic for a few minutes. Maybe in the few minutes or so, squeeze in your amazing history. We'll talk about family, technology, movies, Hollywood. It's a whole everything. So I'm going to mute my mic. So the stage is yours.
Well, I'm delighted to be on your show. I've listened to another show that you've done, and you're an excellent interviewer. And so this is an honor and a pleasure, and I cherish our friendship and our professional working relationship as well. Let me just do the large umbrella statement first. Since I have been 18, I have had two careers, psychology and entertainment. And the entertainment part is genetic. My mother was a USO singer during World War II, and she sang in a girl trio. So we used to call her the Andrews Sisters of New Jersey. My father's cousin sang at the Metropolitan Opera 26 times. She originated the role of Baby Doe in the Ballad of Baby Doe, and her name was Dolores Wilson. And she was trained in Rome to be an opera singer, and born in New York. And then in true diva style, she, like Maria Callas and Beverly Sills, was fired by Rudolph Bing. So that's an honor, I think. So she started in musical theater on Broadway, and she played in Annie. She was Miss Hannigan. She was the mother in Fiddler on the Roof, and on and on and on. She did some Terrence McNally plays, so just incredibly talented. And I've seen her perform a few times. And
Okay.
then on my mother's side, my uncle was Bob Hope's roommate during vaudeville days in
Small
Chicago.
world. Yeah.
Yes. So the person who told my great aunt to get him into show business was none other than George M. Cohan, who was played by a guy named James Cagney in a movie called Yankee Doodle Dandy. So she took his advice, got my uncle into vaudeville all over the country where they traveled. He was a musical prodigy, played the piano and the violin and just about every other instrument.
Okay.
And then when he became a young adult, he and Bob Hope were roommates in Chicago. And they
Wow.
asked him, he came back from a trip to Los Angeles and said to Bob Hope, "Hey, I know this guy. I met him in Los Angeles. I think you would really get along with him. His name is Bing Crosby."
Nobody special. Yeah, just
Nobody
nobody.
special.
Right.
So the
Wow.
rest was history with that. And then they asked him to come out to LA again to do the music for all of the road pictures because he was a composer, an arranger, musician, conductor, everything. Well, he had been traveling since he was 3 years old. He did not like LA. He did not want to go back out there. He had his own orchestra in Providence, Rhode Island. And I think it was at the Excelsior Hotel, if I'm not mistaken. And he turned them down. So the family joke is with my two cousins, if they had had a father who was writing and composing for Bob Hope and Bing Crosby for the road pictures. And it was like the road to Zanzibar, the road to Morocco, on and on and on.
Okay.
They would have never had to work a day in their life. So that's the foundation.
That's an amazing history. Okay, we'll get back to the film stuff later, but you're also a doctor of psychology,
Yes,
right?
I am. My
The-
PhD. Yeah.
okay, and where did you go to school for that?
My bachelor's degree was in human development at Pacific Oaks College in Pasadena, and I went there in the 60s. And it was the only school in the entire United States to have a major in human development. It was like the Harvard of early childhood education. It was wonderful. Uh, I had a great time, and it was small, so you could go, Bob, could I talk to you for a few minutes? Sure, Linnda, come on in. He
Okay.
was the president of the school.
Okay.
It was that kind of small community. It was great.
Right. Okay.
So I graduated from that, and then I went to San Diego for my my master's degree and my PhD. It was a combined program. It was 12 months a year. So I finished it in 4 years and got my PhD in 77, did my postdoc hours, took the exam, and started my own private practice in 1978. And I've been in private practice for
I
decades.
know I've seen you on TV on 60 Minutes, Oprah, and a few other shows talking about family stuff. And yeah,
O'Reilly twice I did, Good Morning America, The Today
okay,
Show. I was on Donahue twice,
okay,
on and on and on.
okay,
PBS, NPR, the whole 9 yards.
right. So we need to talk a lot about that. I have here about five questions or so about family and technology and how this affects all of us,
Yes,
post-pandemic and stuff. What we're going to do here, though, you guys won't see it through the magic of editing, but we're going to take a short break to get some water. We've been talking for an hour off camera already, catching up on things. She's a marvelous woman. Trust me, what she has to say from now on really is special. So you guys won't see this, but we're going to take a short break to get water. She's in Florida. It is hot over there.
it
And
is.
then we're going to start with the questions, okay?
Great.
All right.